meeting for Tuesday, August 8th, 2023 for the Des Moines Schools to order. Ms. Rios, will you please take the roll?
There we go. Yes, Ms. Alonso Diaz?
Here.
Ms. Bradley?
Here.
Ms. Caldwell Johnson?
Here.
Ms. Knox?
Here.
Ms. Martirana?
Here.
Ms. Norris? Ms. Sawyer? We have quorum.
Thank you. The first item of the business is approval of the agenda. I would entertain a motion and a second to approve tonight's agenda.
Martirano, so moved.
Alonso, second.
We have a motion from Martirano and a second from Alonso. Please cast your votes.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Motion passes 6-0. The next item on our agenda is the public forum, followed by the consent and regular agenda. We provide speakers at the forum an opportunity to address the board for up to 3 minutes regarding items that are not on the board agenda. We also allow any person the opportunity to speak to the board for up to 5 minutes following the presentation of an agenda item. If anyone wishes to speak during any portion of the business meeting, please email rosa.rios@dmschools.org. The same speaking protocols apply to all individuals who wish to address the board. Speakers will be called individually, and we ask that they state their name and address prior to providing comments. Students and minors do not need to provide their address. Guests of the board are encouraged to speak to matters relating to the programs, services, and operations of Des Moines Public Schools. Please remember that Iowa law prohibits us from discussing specific employees or their job performance. We ask all speakers to avoid references to personalities or character attacks, as those types of comments do not contribute to the purpose for which this public forum exists. The use of inappropriate language will not be tolerated, and individuals choosing to do so will be gavelled out of order and asked to excuse themselves from the premises or escorted out by district security. As a reminder to the board and public, the board will not engage in a discussion with public forum speakers, as it is our obligation to discuss only matters posted in the public agenda for the sake of transparency and opportunity afforded to the community stakeholders. Matters requiring attention will receive appropriate staff and/or board follow-up at a time after the meeting. Thanks for your participation. We appreciate your feedback and input. Ms. Rios, do we have any speakers for the public forum?
Yes, we do. First up, I'll call Sasha Davis. Okay, next we will call RJ Miller.
RJ Miller, District 1. It's one thing to say that black students matter, but what about the black mind and what about the black body? A lot of students are experiencing trauma due to loss of loved ones by the way of violence and drug poisoning, and some aren't even eating 3 meals a day. A lot of their parents aren't whole, and we wonder why students come into classrooms and yet they are broken. I don't expect teachers or educators to be superheroes, but what I do expect from them is for them to be caring and for them to be concerned about the well-being and nature of their students. And I want the students to be able to be seen, not just when they're having behavioral issues. We have to be able to recognize the signs when things are going on with our children. I want the teachers to be able to create a positive culture in the classrooms that's welcoming for all students. Also, we should not exclude students from academic issues and absences when it comes to the leadership classes that you're having within your classrooms. We should build them up and we should help them cultivate their leadership and help them to do better so they can thrive. Also, I want to address the fact that district members have not been responding to communities' emails and parents' emails. So I want you guys to work on that. That's not a diss towards any of you guys, but that's something that you guys can work on. I also want to say in regards to the media, I see that the media always highlights a lot of negative things that are going on with Des Moines Public Schools. I had the privilege to visit 11 of the schools this year, and I saw a lot of teachers, educators that were very committed to serving kids, so I want to put that out there. And I saw a lot of talent within the classroom, and I saw a lot of kids who formerly were going to fail and drop out. They got the chance to graduate, so I want to spotlight that as well. Also, I want to encourage teachers. Before school starts, I want you guys to get some self-care in, because you cannot pour into students if you don't have a cup to pour with. So I encourage you guys to do that, and let's have a better year than it was last year. And let's do some positive things. Also, I will be reaching out to flex teachers. I will be reaching out to community school coordinators in regards to setting up a youth town hall. I had the privilege of attending a school board workshop, and we talked about community conversations. I think it's very important for us to reach out to the kids that are, not just the kids that are doing bad or the kids that are necessarily the poster child, but we need to reach out to the kids that are in the middle too, because I feel like those kids are at risk as well. You know, at risk isn't just when a child has a gun or when a child is selling drugs. An at-risk child could be somebody that's in poverty. An at-risk child could be somebody that's experiencing mental health crisis or experiencing some form of trauma. Mental health is real, and I think that we need to take mental health serious the same way that we take cancer or any type of chronic illness serious when it comes to our students. Because I had the privilege to talk to so many students throughout the summer, and you know, from going into the classrooms in the school and different things like that, a lot of these students are going through so much. And I would have to say a lot of these students deserve a gold medal for even coming to the classroom after experience half the stuff that they have to experience within a household or within their community. So when it comes to like educators,
30 seconds remaining.
You said what?
30 seconds remaining.
Okay, so when it comes to educators, I just ask that you try to not only listen to your students, but try to understand your students as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank you
Thank
for being
you.
here.
Those are all the speakers we have signed up for today.
Thank you. We will now move to the consent agenda. As a reminder to the board and public, the board will not engage in discussion or deliberation with the speaker regarding comments made to agenda items. Discussion and deliberation will remain among board members at the board table, with speakers' comments informing the board's discussion, deliberation, and determination as deemed necessary. Do we have any speakers on consent items?
No speakers for consent.
I believe that Ms. Martirano will have the consent motion this evening.
I move that the board approve the consent items in accordance with the recommended action for each item on the consent agenda, including bills previously authorized, certified, and approved for payment by the board secretary in the amount of $19,001,788.61, and procurement P-card transactions in the amount of $2,018,850.83.
Is there a second?
Norris, second.
We have a motion from Martirano and a second from Norris. Is there any discussion, or do any of my board colleagues have questions on consent items? Hearing none, board members, please cast your vote on consent. Motion passes 6-0. The next item on our agenda is a series of public hearings. We have D1, public hearing for B9032, Lincoln High School new running track. The public hearing will come to order. Is there anyone wishing to speak to item D1? Anyone wishing to speak to item D1? Hearing no speakers, I will close the public hearing and ask the superintendent to please introduce the matter.
Thank you, Madam Board President. I recommend that the board review the proposed plans and specifications prepared by Angelo Architectural for a new running track at Lincoln High School. Hold a public hearing and approve these plans.
I would entertain a motion and a second to approve item D1.
Norris, motion to approve.
Martirano, second.
We have a motion from Norris and a second from Martirano. Any further discussion or any questions? Hearing none, I'll ask board members to please cast their votes. Motion passes 6-0. The next item on our agenda is item D2, public hearing for B9017, Lincoln High School entry renovation. The public hearing will come to order. Is there anyone that wishes to speak to item D2? Hearing no one, we will go to the recommendation from the superintendent.
I recommend that the board review the proposed plans and specifications prepared by Studio Melli for the renovation of the main building entry at Lincoln High School. Hold a public hearing and approve the plans.
We have a recommendation from the superintendent. Is there a motion and a second to approve item D2?
Norris, motion to approve.
Martirano, second.
We have a motion from Norris, and a second from Martirano to approve item D2. Is there any discussion or questions? Hearing none, please vote. Motion passes 6-0. The next item on our agenda, if I haven't missed anything, is information only. We have 4 items posted to the agenda. Item E1 is the superintendent committee recommendation on the superintendent evaluation. Item E2 is the policy and procedure updates 850 for fundraising. Item E3 is the policy and procedure updates for 701 public purpose. And item E4 is Epson projector refresh update. We'll move very quickly to items of privilege. I would open it up to board members who have things they'd like to share or comment on.
I just want to say I'm really excited about marching in the State Fair Parade with our new superintendent. We've got some board members, we've got teachers, we've got student representatives from a whole bunch of schools, and I just think it's a great way for us to go out and show our community that we are loud, proud, and excited to be Des Moines Public Schools.
Thanks for organizing, Jackie. Appreciate it.
I had the honor of hosting 2 students from Kofu, Japan this last week, and it was truly a privilege to not only meet so many wonderful people from Japan, but also see the incredible impact that the program has on the students as well as the adults. So I wanted to quickly thank Amy Cummings and her team for organizing that partnership with our sister city in Japan. It is an amazing experience.
I can remember when my daughter did that at age 13. And the first night she called, she was literally in tears. And there was nothing I could do in the middle of the night. And so I woke up early the next morning. I called the sponsors and they said, she'll be fine. And she was. So, but a great experience. So, yeah, awesome. Thanks for doing that. Jenna?
I voted yes. I will put in a plug for some really great upcoming fundraising opportunities with the foundation. We have our DMPS 1 run around the corner, September 23rd. I know that the foundation is still looking for sponsors for that event, as well as registrations and donations. Again, all of the money raised at the 1 run goes directly back into schools so that they can utilize the funds however they wish, which we know has never been more needed than now. So I would encourage everyone to head to the foundation page and check that out. September 23rd, the DMPS 1 run.
Great, thank you. Maria?
As Jackie said, we're excited to walk on Wednesday evening, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for putting that together.
Great. And Phil Rader, too. We've got to thank Phil. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Mr. Phil.
We'll let Ms. Bradley pass, just recovering from a root canal, which we know can be pretty treacherous, so at any rate. I don't really have anything to share this evening beyond the fact that I've missed a couple of board meetings, so it's good to physically be here with my board colleagues. I've not discussed this openly, but I feel like everybody's probably wondering why I have on a baseball cap this evening. And it's because I'm recovering from cancer. I've had 2 chemo treatments, which are debilitating, but I'm a warrior and I'm strong and I'm going to make it through. But I did want to let the community know that I am your board chair. And I will continue to do my best to honor my obligations, to support the district, and of course, to support Dr. Roberts' transition as our new superintendent. So if you see me in different headgear from time to time now, you'll know why. But I do appreciate the wonderful, not Tommy Hilfiger, Tory Burch cap that my board colleagues have provided to me. So you'll likely see me in this one pretty regular. But just wanted to make sure that I shared this. And no secrets, just want to make sure that I have some powerful prayer warriors behind me to make sure I make it through. So thank you all for your support. With that, I want to officially welcome Dr. Roberts to the boardroom. His first meeting was actually at East High because we had no air in the building. So we have air now, and you are official. You've been official for a while, but now you're really official in our boardroom. So I'll turn it over to you for comments.
Thank you so much, Madam Board President. Brief report this evening is certainly one that is incredibly important. To echo the sentiments that some of you shared, I too am excited with my first Iowa State Fair. When asked recently by cabinet members what I'm most excited about, I mentioned all of the food and sticks. I was told that I need to be ready to indulge, so I'm looking forward to that. But equally as important, certainly that is an event that I am anticipating because I think it offers an opportunity for me to meet with a lot of community members. I'm looking forward to interacting with parents, students, and just members of the community in general. I want to encourage them. When you see me, I'll say hi to you, but come up to me. Let's have a conversation. I'm looking forward to that. Secondly, today, we had approximately 200 of the district's school and district leaders convene for our Welcome Back, Our Leadership launch. What an inspiring day. To see and interact and engage with 100% of the leaders from our schools, as well as district leaders, and listen to the conversations and aspirations for this coming school year. This is going to be what we believe to be an impressive and educationally revolutionary year, and we're looking forward to that. As I think about just acknowledgements and accolades to our teammates, there's so many people that I can sort of give accolades to as we are now 15 days away from the beginning of the school year. But there is one group that I absolutely would like to highlight this evening, and that is our maintenance and custodial staff. We have visited a number of schools. I've had an opportunity to go into so many of our schools, and although we are 15 days away, in all of our schools, you can actually see your reflection on the floors of those buildings. That's how committed and dedicated our custodial staff and teammates are to making sure that they create an environment that is welcoming for students and one that is enjoyable for teachers. So custodial team and our executive leaders leading that team, I certainly want to say thank you and kudos, and know that we are excited about 15 days from now when we open up our doors and welcome 30,000+ students to the amazing Des Moines Public Schools. That concludes my report for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Roberts. I don't know that we have any other business, but I would like to encourage those of you that are in the audience to join us for a small little ceremony. We'd like to officially recognize and thank Matt Smith for his work during the interim phase of our transition to Dr. Roberts. We will adjourn our meeting and officially move to our presentation to Matt. And I don't know, Dr. Roberts, if there's anything you'd like to share before I turn it over to Kim about the transition and your work with Matt thus far.
Yes, absolutely. Wow, I think oftentimes when a leader assumes a role, certainly I can speak to what happens in the K-12 arena, there is much trepidation and anxiety about the transition process, especially when you have the kind of situation that we have had, and that is where you are taking over the role from someone who will remain in the role. From the very first time that Matt and I crossed paths, I thought, wow, here is someone whose energy really matches mine. I mean, I just met him for the very first time and the energy was there. And every conversation we've had since then, it is clear to me that during the past year, this district has been under phenomenal leadership. And I am incredibly grateful to have Matt as my right hand, my partner in this work for the next year and the next several years. Just given our alignment, given our commitment to making sure we're serving students in an exemplary manner, I'm excited about what is to come. Matt, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. So Matt, this is probably coming as a surprise to you. Did you know your family was going to be here? Well, we took a few liberties, and we hope that you don't mind, but we thought it was really important that the people that are important to you in your life be here to really show not only their thanks, but allow us to show ours to you as well. You had a crazy year that I don't think anybody could have ever imagined or anticipated, but you handled it like a trooper. And I'm just so grateful for all that you did for us to see us through in an unprecedented time in our district. So I'm going to turn it over to Kim, and then I think we have a brief video presentation that we'd like to share, and then we have a few refreshments. So Kim, take it away.
I'm going to try and use and hone in your energy level. So ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, and honored guests, today we gather to express our heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to a leader who has played a significant role in guiding our educational community through a period of transition and growth. It is my privilege to sit before you and deliver a speech of gratitude to our esteemed Associate Superintendent, Matt Smith, who has served as our interim superintendent since May 2022. In times of change, it takes a special kind of leader to step in and provide stability, vision, and inspiration. Our interim superintendent has not only fulfilled these roles, but has exceeded every expectation and every aspect. Matt, you have demonstrated unwavering dedication to our students, our educators, and our shared mission of improving student outcomes. In the face of challenges, our interim superintendent has shown resilience and determination. Matt's leadership style has been marked by the level of energy that I only wish I could bottle, a commitment to collaboration, inclusivity, and open communication. Matt, you have been a source of guidance for our administrative team, a listening ear for our teachers, and a reassuring presence for our students. Here are just some of the examples of accomplishments that occurred under your leadership. We started off with a school-wide dance party to celebrate students meeting their benchmark. You were awarded a $1.1 million paraeducator apprenticeship program. You established interim guardrails. You held community roundtables, developed and implemented new interim goals, deployed stakeholder engagement and advisory councils, directed system-wide compliance with House File 802, spearheaded new campaign strategy of Come Here, Become Here, advocated for universal pre-K, increased organizational health as reported by our Gallup poll, executed NARCON in every school, employed cum laude honor system. Of course, we had a bit of a cyber attack and threat that you managed. Overnight, you implemented new policy to comply with Senate File 482. You held community budget conversations that were accessible and somehow made Iowa school finance seem uncomplicated and made it look easy. You aligned resource allocation with goals and guardrails, and now our budget presentations are being used as an exemplar around the country. You've expanded our university partnerships with Drake and UNI. All of this, and you have made progress towards reaching our goals while honoring our guardrails. It's not just these accomplishments that we celebrate today, though they are indeed very noteworthy. It is the countless hours spent poring over budgets, late nights, combating cyber threats, early mornings, strategizing to improve curriculum implementation, and the personal connections formed with students during your time. These are truly the things that define your interim superintendent's impact. The heart work is where you truly excel. As we look back on the last year, we can see the positive changes that have been implemented under your guidance. Our schools have become more inclusive, our programs more robust, and our community more engaged. These achievements are a testament to your commitment to excellence and your belief in the potential of every individual within our district. Today, as we express our gratitude for our interim superintendent and formally welcome our new superintendent, we are honored that you will continue your work as our associate superintendent. So on behalf of the entire board and the DMPS educational community, I want to express our deepest gratitude. Thank you for your selfless dedication, your tireless efforts, and your generous passion for education. Your leadership has left a mark on our district, and your influence will be felt for years to come. I'd also like to thank your family, Meredith, Grace, Lily, Sam, and Levi. We appreciate your support and recognize the sacrifices that you have made on behalf of Matt's success. Thank you, Matt Smith. Your service will forever be respected.
Standing ovation. There you go. Woo, woo, woo.
Look at that. Yes, sir. I believe I was the anchor leg. I think yes, sir.
You got it, you got it.
As many of you heard during a leadership meeting in June, Matt described an event that occurred during his leadership as he was honoring our technology team. He was bringing some delicious food to support them and their work as they worked throughout the evening, throughout the night. So he picked up some delicious tacos and a pan full of carnitas. And so he went away.
Just rip it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
You might need
Keep
to.
going, keep going.
One of the items that Matt gained from his superintendency was in fact a carnitas coat. So this is just a small token to replace your carnitas coat with one that is,
This is well wrapped. This is well wrapped.
I'm sorry.
You got me a new jacket to replace my carnitas jacket.
I don't think you should get rid of the carnitas jacket, but if you no longer want to smell like tacos, then
I love it.
That is awesome.
I don't even know what to say.
Well, don't say anything yet.
Okay.
We got to roll that beautiful bean footage, don't we? So Kyle?
Especially for those of you who don't know me, typically my presentations land somewhere between like an episode of Ted Lasso or a tent revival, okay? So somewhere in between those two is typically where my presentations land, so just know that. And this is the best day of the year, every year. This moment, the opportunity to celebrate these young scholars and cheer them on to the next stage of their lives, yes? I am blessed because in 2010 I got to serve at North High School, and once you're a polar bear, you are always a polar bear. We were alerted to a cybersecurity incident that prompted us to enact our cybersecurity protocols. And allow me to give you 30 minutes more of wisdom. Or we can absolutely all get down to business of watching these young graduates cross this stage and reach that diploma. Yes?
I can think of no better individual to be taking Des Moines Public Schools through this interim phase. Matt has passion, he has purpose, he is driven, and he is the single most energetic person I know. So please join me in welcoming to the podium Interim Superintendent Matt Smith.
Just so that we're all being completely honest, this is a safe space of honesty and transparency. I have no idea actually what just happened in FY23, but I do know it was filled with a great deal of laughter and a great deal of joy, and there was a lot of fun to be had. There were absolutely some challenging moments. I'm usually not short on words at all, and I truly don't know what to say. You brought my family here. And that's a beautiful jacket, and I will protect it. I will not spill food on it.
It's waterproof.
Perfect, even better, because that was a lie. I'm probably going to spill something on it. I truly, I'm touched, and I don't know what to say other than thank you. Thank you for the school year. I did have a blast. I learned a lot, and you know, the best learning is in those moments of challenges, and we had a few of those. And so I think we were a team of 8, and that was exciting and that was inspiring for me. I would no way be able to actually stand up here if I didn't recognize the folks that are in the audience. I've got several members of the team that were here, and anytime they were asked to roll up their sleeves, they got after it. And so everything that you read off, Kim, every last one of that is actually because of the folks that are sitting right here and some folks that couldn't be here tonight. So I really don't even know what to say, to be honest with you. I'm overly touched. My heart is full. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you more than you know. We will now transition to some light refreshments, and then the board does have a short work session. We wouldn't have a board meeting if we didn't have a work session. So with that, thanks everybody for being here. We are officially adjourned. Join us for refreshments.